hipsters. Hipsters are like any other group in America. I mean, they got their own dress, they got their own symbols, you know, they got their own music, they got their own tastes, they got an attitude about them, you know. I mean, hipsters are everywhere, and the funny thing about hipsters is that the one thing that they don't want to be is mainstream. That's the one thing. They don't want to be normal, they don't want to fit in, they don't want to be like anybody else. You know, that's like one of the main qualities of at least of being hipster. That's one of the main things, and yet now that hipsters have been around for like 10 years, there are so many of them that it's kind of hard to be a hipster and not fit in. Yeah, you know, it's that irony, it's that attitude, it's that they want to show that they just don't care, you know, except that in order to show that they don't care about everybody else's values, about everybody else's norms, about everybody else's music, about their beliefs, the hipsters go to great lengths. I mean, they actually spend a lot of time creating the image of themselves by picking out the clothing very carefully, by making sure that they have the right taste in music very carefully, and making sure that they say and let you know that they have these things. You know, they spend a lot of time basically trying to communicate to the world that they just don't care. But obviously they do, or they wouldn't spend that much time trying to do it. So some of the things, for example, that hipsters use to show the world that they are different than the world and that they just don't care are obviously their clothing, but their facial hair. A lot of hipsters have mustaches or beards, and the reason they do is because they're rebelling, you know, against this guy, and this guy happens to be their father. They buy vintage clothing. It's huge. People make a lot of money by selling old clothes, actually. And the reason they buy them is because we do not, you know, hipsters do not participate in the corporate culture of today. They wear Billy Idol glasses. They wear tight-fitting jeans. Men wear really tight-fitting jeans. When I was growing up in the 90s, we drooped our jeans. I was enamored of the rap culture, the hip-hop culture, and so I would always try to act black and talk black. But these hipsters, they have nothing to do with that. They want tight jeans. In fact, a lot of them are borderline metrosexual, or they even seem gay. And as a matter of fact, you know, a lot of hipsters, it's important for a lot of hipsters to have had, you know, one minor gay experience, and that helps them seem kind of cool and different, and seem actually a little bit well-rounded as well. Hipsters, they ride fixed gear bikes. They don't believe in gears on their bikes, for example. They do. However, hipsters have produced some really awesome music. It's the indie scene, you know, of music and movies. There are special publications that they read, and indie means independent. And that's what they like to think of themselves as, and oftentimes they are, but man, I'll tell you what, there's some really, really, really good music out there, you know, hipsters have produced. Now, they want to come across as cultured and smart and sophisticated, but they also, because they like to talk about themselves a lot, they also always have one, you know, pop culture or mainstream, regular old Joe thing that they like, some sort of, maybe a celebrity blog or People magazine or something like that helps the world recognize that, yes, you know, they're too cool for sure, but they're also a well-rounded human being. Who do you think is the most hipster here?